Supersized me. There was a girl in my high school class. Her name was Jessica. And I wasn't friends with her because she was fat. Now, I was never on the skinny spectrum myself. I was always on the better side of chubby, like a side of potato wedges, not those thin McDonald's fries. And people used to call me things like hamburger and turtle because I didn't run fast, and my thighs used to bump together beneath my uniform skirt. They still do. I knew the shame of what it meant to be larger than life. And that's what I was, larger. And I couldn't find it in my heart to be her friend. It was like I was going to be fat by association. And sure, she was kind of nerdy. And sure, we didn't really get along. And she slurred her words and kind of waddled through the halls. But those were all excuses. And now I think about her often. Now that I'm even fatter than I was then. And I wish I could go back to high school, if only to be kind to her, to tell her that I understand. Years later, on Facebook, I saw that Jessica lost weight. She's also a lesbian now, and she looks great. And I mean really great. But she looked great then, too. And sometimes I think, I look great now. And when you grow up being called names, you grow up believing them, and you think that nobody will ever fall in love with you. That nobody will ever love your body because you hate your body. Even though you've seen those ad campaigns where they turn women into sensual, Reuben-esque goddesses and glorify stretch marks like tribal tattoos. And God, yes, I want to see myself like that. I want to worship my curves and pretend my stretch marks are tattoos. I want to empty myself of all the hurt and all the hate I feel when I look at bikinis and know that I will never, ever wear one, not because I'm ashamed and not because they don't make them in my size, but because I don't want to see that much of my own skin. It's not something I can cut away. It's not something I can melt off or run from. To this day, I still don't like hamburgers or fries or turtles. And God help me, I never supersize anything. And it's hard to ask for the size extra large in a store or to be told that nothing in the store will fit you. Walking into a plus-size store takes courage. And some of the women I know have more courage than I do because I still can't do it. If I still shop at a regular store, it means I'm not obese, right? I wish I could hug Jessica. But not Jessica now, Jessica then. I want to tell her that I understand, that sometimes there's nothing that can fill the emptiness like food. That people who say nothing tastes as good as thin feels are wrong. That's why God invented Ben & Jerry's. I want to lie on her teenage bed with her and deface fashion magazines and stuff our face with chips until our tongues grow fat with salt. But I can't do that anymore. I lost that opportunity. I can't pretend now to be the friend I never was then. I once saw my mother-in-law take down a binder, fatter than my upper arm. It was filled with diet plans. Years upon years of trial and error, of failed attempts, the cabbage soup diet, the juice diet, the cleanse, the blood type diet, the Atkins diet, the cookie diet, the carbohydrate lovers diet, the baby food diet, the grapefruit diet, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, bars and supplements and pills and teas, and I burst into tears and ran from the room because sometimes weight has more to do with sanity than it has to do with health, and more to do with happiness than it has to do with hunger, and more to do with body type and metabolism than it has to do with fashion. And sometimes, just sometimes, I look in the mirror and I kind of like what I see.